This program was made possible by a grant from the National Park Foundation through the generous support of the Evelyn and Walter Haas Jr. Fund and the Popplestone Foundation.
There's a perception that it's a dangerous place to go.
They are a typical urban family.
My friends, they think I'm crazy.
They prefer to hang out at home, playing video games and working online.
Would you like to go in the Everglades? I said, no, I don't go out the door. No. Bugs, mosquitoes, no.
But this spring, they decided to accept a challenge.
Here Everglades, I think alligator. Here Everglades, I think crocodile.
It would be a defining experience in their lives.
Oh my God!
It's a Saturday night in the Everglades again.
Join the Roberts family on their adventure to Everglades National Park and their journey into the wild.
You scared me worse than I scared myself.
Everglades National Park is a vast wilderness area, almost 1.5 million acres. It is the largest subtropical wilderness in the United States. Unlike most western parks established to protect majestic scenery, Everglades was established to protect what's alive. The plants, animals, and ecosystems within its boundaries. But unlike nearly all other national parks, Everglades borders a major urban area with nearly 6 million people.
Most of the people we encounter that are within 50 miles of this incredible wilderness don't have any idea that it even exists or where to go to see it, or they have another perception of it, that it's a dangerous place to go. There's alligators, there's mosquitoes, there's snakes. We have all those things, but it doesn't prevent you from coming here, and there's a perception that it's a dangerous place to go.
To help overcome the fears and misconceptions urbanites may have about wild areas, Alan and a team of rangers proposed an innovative outreach project. Why not find a typical urban family, invite them to spend a weekend in the park, and document their experience.
It wasn't an easy process trying to find the family. At first we thought it would be. There's thousands of people out there, thousands of family out there that are in the same situation that have never been out here. So we figured it would be an easy process where, to get a family.
The search for the perfect family took longer than expected. And with the Everglades wet season fast approaching, time was running out.
The last minute, by I guess luck, we found the perfect family. We found a family that was up for it, but admitted that they were all somewhat afraid of the idea of coming out here, and I think that's accurate to many of the families in South Florida.
Meet the Roberts family. George Jr., Shonda, George III, Sean Jarrett, and Shadesha. The Roberts have grown up in Miami, and like many families, they have a routine that revolves around school, work, soccer games, and church.
After we come from church, I start preparing dinner. Kids, they'll be doing their normal activity, which is playing video games or probably reading, or sometimes their homework if they didn't do it that Friday.
Well, Gigi now plays soccer, so our Saturdays are occupied with her soccer games until like about 10:30. And she's won both of her soccer games already. Go Hot Volcanoes! Am I embarrassing you?
The Roberts are not, as Mommy says, a woodsy type of family.
City guy, of course. Never been camping.
I don't go in the wild. Would never go in the wild.
I want to see if panthers are really real. Because I never saw one before.
When my mom said we were going to the Everglades, I said I heard of that, but never went there. So he told us that we was going to go to the Everglades, and I shocked.
Who do you think will be more scared? And what about George? Because George is like fearless.
George not gonna be scared.
Yeah, he ain't scared of anything.
And Sean?
I'm not scared because animals are trying to act like their own habitat. So they're not gonna want to try to hurt you. They just defending themselves.
Oh, excuse me.
Cool.
Even when I walked away from the school that day, I'm like, what did I just get myself into? I said, you know, I wanted to do it because my kids were there and they're really excited about it. Yeah, Mama, let's do it, let's do it. I'm looking forward to doing it, sort of. Sort of, kind of.
It's Saturday morning, and the Roberts family is sitting down to breakfast. Today is the day of their great adventure, and they are both excited and apprehensive.
I couldn't sleep last night. All I could think about is noise and trees and woods and everything around me.
Grandma arrives to pick up the two youngest children. The family van is packed.
Let's go. We're ready.
And it's time to go. The trip to Everglades National Park takes only 20 minutes. A short drive that quickly transitions from urban to wilderness.
You know, alligator. Right there. Oh, Lord have mercy.
After a brief stop at the Ernest Cove Visitor Center, the Roberts enter the park and head to Royal Palm and their first adventure in the wild. At Royal Palm, the family meets Ranger Rudy Botegi, who will be their guide for the weekend.
You guys ready to take a spin around the park?
Oh, yes.
All right, let's go to it.
The Anhinga Trail is only about 2/3 of a mile long, but it offers visitors a wildlife extravaganza this time of the year.
It's usually the first point where we encourage people visiting the Everglades to go. Get started there. Get excited about the Everglades there. There's a lot to see. Kind of the best bang for your buck. If you have a short time, you go straight there, and there's usually tons of things to see. You know, herons, egrets, wading birds, alligators, turtles, fish, everything.
What is that in the water?
This one right here? Is that what you guys are talking about?
No, that's the alligator.
I don't know if that's an alligator.
Mommy, look at the baby alligator.
Where?
Right there.
That's a branch.
That's a branch, guys.
We have such imagination.
Don't step on the gator poop, guys. That's gator poop.
Okay, so that means the gator came out of the water.
What happens if the gator comes out of the water? You'll run fast?
The first alligator to me wasn't that bad because it was not close. But the first close alligator gave me the chills because you're able to really see its eyes and its mouth and its hands or whatever you call it. And to me that gave me the chills because I've never seen one so up close before.
Oh yeah?
And there's a gator right there, guys. Look, crossing.
Oh, you sorry, Mom. Come on, come close.
Who growling? Boy, don't do that, you scared me. You scared me. I thought one was behind us.
It's a great blue heron. That's right there. That's a great blue heron. And then on top of it up there, you guys see the bird?
Yes.
That's a female Anhinga with her nest.
Do you see that?
And then she's got the babies in the nest.
When we went to the Anhinga Trail, I couldn't believe that I knew all the birds by heart without the flyer.
Usually what we see out here is the great egret. You see the great egret? What would be the difference between these two when you look at these two pictures? The legs. Yeah. Look at the legs. See how the black the legs are? That's what we usually see, the great egret. Today, we're seeing the great white heron, the white phase, which is a pretty big deal. We don't see that every day.
And their weight is different.
The great white heron. Oh, look at that big guy.
Wait a minute. Oh, Jesus. Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah.
That's my cue to back up.
Oh, yeah. See that? Wow.
Yeah, that's a big guy.
To see them, they were just laying there, peaceful. And they were calm. They weren't, you know, like out attacking anything. They were just, you know, chilling. So to me, that was weird because I expected to see them all over the place, acting like animals, but they weren't. They were calm and peaceful.
Was it scary?
No.
Not as scary as you might have thought it was?
Exciting.
Exciting, that's a good word, exciting. And how about Mom? Maybe.
It was okay.
It was okay.
I'm really not It wasn't as scary as I thought it would be.
Okay.
It's not. As long as they stay over there.
And that's usually where they stay.
The next challenge facing the Roberts family is setting up camp. It's about a 6-mile drive from Royal Palm to Long Pine Key. They check in with the rangers and then look for a campsite.
Oh my goodness, guys, we are here.
The afternoon is hot and their campsite offers little shade, but it is next to one of the bathroom facilities, which Shonda deems necessary. Setting up the tents isn't easy for these first-time campers.
The frustration level was about an 8, the highest being a 10, only because it was just so hot. How was it for you, George? Deja? Sean?
Yes.
It was that bad? Yes. I would set a 10 up again, but when the sun goes down.
Yeah.
I wouldn't do it in the heat. That was, because that drains you and that take out the most. But once you have it up, it's like you've accomplished something, so it feels better once your tent is up.
After lunch, the Roberts head to a nearby lake. Their next experience will test them both as a family and as individuals.
Hey guys. Hey. How's it going? You guys ready to paddle?
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Once you're in an environment where you're completely out of your element, when you're surrounded by water, it's hair-raising.
Rudy hands life jackets to everyone and then gives the family a crash course on paddling.
It's not like this. See how I am? You're going to want to spread out a little bit.
When mommy fall in, you're going to jump in. See? And I'm going to jump in and...
You have to believe in me, baby. I got you.
Yeah, like Daddy got
Okay, if I got to jump in there and
before I do.
I'm going to stroke butterfly. I'm coming to get you.
With the crash course in paddling behind them, it's time to get into the canoes.
I didn't know I was so petrified of water, but the minute she said to get in the canoe, my body just started, I don't know, I just started shaking, and as soon as I sat down, I started crying, but it was nice. I just wanted to be over with.
We had a rough time bumping into the edges, but we figured it out that, you know, we go left, we go right, and it would lead us to the way that we would want to go. Turning around was kind of difficult. We had to realize, wow, you know, if you don't do it the proper way with the paddle, you will be stuck in the middle of the water, which we don't want that part.
I got it. Don't worry about it, guys.
We were just paddling, you know, like normal people, just paddle around and just playing. And sometimes we didn't have to paddle. Water would just push us through and we just relaxed.
Reach to the front and there you go. That's how you paddle.
At first, I thought that it would come on the boat. But when I asked Ranger Rudy, he said it won't come on the boat because you're not dead.
Why don't I get off this canoe?
And I made a big mistake, almost tipped the boat over because I was trying to feel the water as I was paddling and almost dropped the paddle.
Once I got in the water, the first couple of minutes, I was kind of scared. But after being out there, as long as the boat didn't move too much, I was okay.
When we got out to the far end, we was really surprised how far we was from the dock.
Oh, Jesus.
Good job.
Baby, you sure you're okay?
Yeah, but I don't know if I'm gonna do it again.
A lot of the things that we have done as a family, we pretty much didn't have a chance to do as a team. Being on that canoe as one with our daughter and watching the boys over there interact with Ranger Rudy, it was good to see that feeling as a father, so that, you know, wow, this is very enjoyable that we can do this as one. Would y'all want to come back in canoe?
Yes.
Okay.
As the late afternoon light throws long shadows, the Roberts prepare dinner. Chef George is cooking traditional hamburgers and hot dogs. But their first day isn't over yet. As night falls, the Roberts are back at the Anhinga Trail. On this trek, they will experience the Everglades in the dark, where sounds can ignite imaginations.
They were up for it. They were up for a little bit of adventure. They had gone canoeing. They had already walked that trail once. They started to get comfortable with the idea of getting around in the Everglades.
Oh my God.
You see one out there?
Where? See it? I got it right there.
Oh yeah, right up here. You see him? See the little two eyes right there?
Nighttime, it was very cool. We had the flashlights and we flashed it on the alligator's eyes and they were glowing up like Christmas trees in the water.
Which kind
It's the bird again. Which one was that one?
Oh, that's a heron.
The great something heron, but not the great big.
The
great white heron, yeah.
Oh, there's a whole lot.
Where?
Yeah.
Right there. By that bridge. It's a whole lot, Mama.
Look out here, guys.
It's like what they say. Stuff happens at night. They were like wild animals. They were attacking each other. There were hundreds of them, all over, and that's when I got really nervous. Are we attracting them, or are they just
The gators? No, they're always here, guys. They're always here. They're always there, regardless if we're here or not.
Ooh, come here. Ooh, that's a big old head, Mommy.
Oh my God.
Then we look over the bridge and see two big, huge alligators. That one just came closer and opened and snapped. Boom, put it right there. Everybody started jumping. I was screaming. I was like, oh, I'm glad we up here, not down there.
That's the one that's bit.
No, I think that's the one that made the bite.
That's the one that got bit because he moved over.
I don't think so. There's no. There's a fish. That's a fish. You saw him go after that.
You scared me worse than I scared myself.
That was great.
It was kill or be killed.
And we got the front row seat.
It's Sunday morning, and the Roberts are up at the crack of dawn. As George prepares breakfast, you sense that something has changed among the family after their first night in the wild.
Very relaxing, much calmer than what I expected. Heard a couple of birds maybe that was chirping or snoring throughout the night. As far as the sleep part, very comfortable, cool, not hot, and I slept through the night.
I got up like around 5 and I had to use the bathroom, and that's the first time in a long time that I've heard peace and quiet. It was like a sound of serenity to me, and I woke my husband up. I'm like, do you hear that? And he's like, what? I said, do you hear the noise? It's really quiet. And to me, that's the most I remember, able to hear rest, to be rested. The sleeping part was really good.
This feeling of rest and serenity seems to bring a renewed energy that will carry the family throughout the day. They meet Ranger Rudy for a bike ride.
Good morning. Nice
Morning.
All right.
How you guys doing?
Oh, we're blessed. We're blessed.
Good morning.
How was last night?
Yeah. Wonderful.
Very good. Very good.
All right, what we're going to do this morning, we're going to ride one of the many trails we have to offer in the Everglades. This trail extends 12 miles, but we're not going to do that much. We're only going to do about a mile and a half to 2 miles long. It's going to be a lot of fun out there.
Wow.
All righty?
You excited, guys?
You guys?
Yes.
All right, guys.
All right.
Watch George. Oh, Lord.
The bike trail follows the old Ingram Highway, and not being experienced bikers, the Roberts are a bit shaky and tentative.
George, where you going? George, stop. Crisscrossing.
Young George struggles with his bike throughout the ride.
George, to your right. I'm ready for the Olympics now. They got bike rides in the Olympics.
The group arrives at its destination.
All right, guys, we're here.
A restoration site called the Hole in the Donut, former agricultural land that was once covered with an invasive species of trees.
It was a very good experience to be on a bike trail, to actually walk up a hill. Once you park your bike, that you have your binoculars, you're able to see nature itself.
This is amazing.
Yeah, this is a real good view. It gives you a good idea of what's out in the Everglades. This is real Everglades out here, guys. You've got just open areas.
Oh, I see you right there, that little spot right there.
Yeah, you see it?
Yeah, and like,
I don't see any people.
We see birds in the water and one alligator. There was one alligator and he was just fast, just going in the pond by himself.
And this out here, you see how it looks now. Right. All right, give it a few months. When the summer comes, all right, in just about a month or so, and it starts to rain a lot, this whole area here is going to be completely different. It's all going to start filling up with water.
Really?
All right, it's going to look completely different. All right, guys, we're going to pack it up. We're going to get back on our bikes, and we're going to head back.
The ride back to Royal Palm is quick, and for George Jr., an exhilarating experience.
To be able to get on the bike and relax and feel the wind of nature, that you can actually hear the wind, you can feel it in your face, and just on that bike ride, it was very good. It was very good. That's why I was flying like I was flying on the bike.
But for young George, flying on the bike had another result altogether.
I fell. Big mistake. My mother tried to save me, but I went too fast. I had speed around the corner, and then all of a sudden, boom, in the bushes. A big disaster.
But George's disaster lifted everyone's spirits and gave the family a memorable moment. After a quick lunch, the family is back on the road to their final adventure, a walk into a cypress dome. Cypress domes are some of the deepest spots in the Everglades and usually retain water for most of the year.
Hey, Rudy.
How's it going, guys?
Okay.
I wanted you guys to meet me out here because I really wanted to show you a different side of the Everglades. We've explored a lot of different habitats, and what we're going to do in here is we're really going to get our feet wet. All right? And we're going to get out there and we're going to explore a little bit, a real interesting side of the Everglades. You guys ready?
Yes.
All right,
Everybody happy about this? Woohoo!
What are you guys ready for? What are you maybe afraid of?
Alligators.
Alligators.
Anything crawling on the floor. Snakes.
Snakes.
Bugs. Grasshoppers. Flies. Bees. Butterflies.
So the whole nine.
Yes.
All right, but this is their home, guys. This is real Everglades out here. All right, we're in the Everglades. A lot of times we rode down bike trails, we walked down boardwalks. This is real Everglades.
The trek into the real Everglades is called a slough slog. Many times, this trek could mean walking in waist-high water, but that's not the case today.
It was kind of disgusting walking in the mud, and my feet got stuck. I had to pull them out. Walking through there, good thing we had a stick to pull us out because we had to try to reach for a tree and pull our legs out.
What do you think, Mom?
So far, so good.
So far, so good?
It was fun stepping in the mud. It was gooey. But we had a nice time.
Dad, why you ain't watching your wife? You know she's gonna end up tumbling you down. You know that.
Midway in the walk, Rudy gets the kids to explore the shallow mud holes which teem with life. Disha, the girl who loves to play with dolls, becomes Disha the explorer.
And they were just jumping out the mud. And one of them escaped. They jumped out real high, went back in the mud.
Look at the nest. You guys see the nest right there?
Yeah.
Don't worry about the spider web.
We saw an eagle in a nest. When I saw the beak with the binoculars, I was, whoa. I never saw an eagle that close to me like that with binoculars.
Guys, come look at this. As we're walking, I want to show you this. We've been seeing this all day, every day. What is this called?
Sawgrass.
Sawgrass.
The slough slog was the eye-opener for me to realize that the Florida Everglades is real and that it's natural. Yeah. I was walking in the mud and everyone was in front of me, and then I just got stuck, and then I was trying to lift up my foot. My foot came out of my shoe and I had to put it back in, and as I'm doing all of that, I knocked my head on this big tree branch and I almost broke my nail, which made me even more upset.
I hope you guys learned something. I hope you experienced the good side of the Everglades, which most people don't ever get to experience.
Okay.
All right, the cypress dome.
We made it.
Alive.
We made it. Give me 5, Mommy.
I asked Mom a few times, a week ago or a month ago, before we even interviewed you, would you ever imagine yourself in this situation? And she said, no, never. I would never even do it. And she was there, and they were all there in those situations, and they were making the most of them. They were having fun. They were enjoying themselves. You know, they weren't under pressure to have fun. They were genuinely having a good time.
I was proud of us because we were able to get through it. The frustrating part for me was putting up the tent and putting it down. But other than that, we did a good job. I was really, really not expecting to have fun. And I had a wonderful time. I would go back any day.
To see the smiles on my family face, that's a memory that will always go a long ways with me. The whole Everglades experience itself, the camping, seeing the stars, I actually saw the Big Dipper for the first time in the sky with the stars and everything. The experience itself was very good.
It was fun. Didn't get no rest, but we had a nice time there.
This program was made possible by a grant from the National Park Foundation through the generous support of the Evelyn and Walter Haas Jr. Fund and the Popplestone Foundation.